I don't quite know what I want to say 100%. Like I've been thinking a lot about the stuff I want to say regarding the Darky series. I was really struggling mentally, the turmoil of waiting versus like the reality of what it actually was just like.
Just because I'm not a victim of Stefan does not mean I am not a victim of assault and exploitation in my past. Just because you may not understand why I'm in the dock does not mean that I don't have a right to be there.
Did you know that Tess was going to be in it? I did not. And can I be real? I get that she's probably like one of the most famous like fat influencers. I was so confused why she was there. Well, I think it had to do with body positivity. Well, I guess she's part of body positivity, yeah, but this was more talking about feederism, you know, and she has nothing to do with that part of the conversation, you know?
On Phoebe, there's levels of extremism. Feeders can write out like their own little role plays and desires. Being fed to the last breath, getting to 1,000 pounds. For some, it is a desire to get them in bed so they never get out. Death feederism is the concept of feeding someone to the point that they die.
I guess I just honestly thought it would be kind of like I'd be in it about as much airtime as like Tess Holiday got. You know what I mean? Like where I kind of just had like a couple minutes to talk about the feederism part and they like clipped parts from that point in the interview. That's kind of what I thought it was going to be. Like, I'm really excited that not only part of it, but like a very, how can I word this? A very integral part in the early process. And I have my own plot in it. There's a reason I'm involved, and that's all I'm going to say.
She disappeared for a few months. People within plus-size communities were like, is she alive? Is she dead? Is she alive? Is she dead? She went into a coma, and when she came out of it, she started trying to document more of her health journey.
I'm just a person, man. This is real. This is real. All I know is I'm really anxious about tonight because just because Stefan isn't the one that hurt me doesn't mean I wasn't hurt. Just because that isn't part of my story doesn't mean that I had something to add.
She's been in rehab to regain her mobility. In the beginning, she was sharing her journey, day after day after day, once or twice a day. But then she started going live on TikTok and mukbanging, basically from DoorDash in the hospital bed.
Well, I just finished watching a docuseries with my boyfriend. I have a lot of thoughts just about the documentary, the stories that were shared. I wasn't super surprised by how much I was in the documentary because of what I was told. I guess I had hoped they would provide a little more context to some things that just ended up not going with the flow of the story. I'm gonna hold off because there's like a lot of stuff I want to say, but I really appreciate that the stories of these victims were heard. And you know, someone who was watching all this stuff go down in 2021 and onward, it's just I'm just glad that this entire story is being talked about on a mainstream front. This has just been an insane couple of weeks. And I was so anxious and I was so just overwhelmed by the unknown. Now I'm just sitting here kind of like, why was I freaking out so much? I don't even know.
I bore my heart and soul. And I ripped open all of my trauma. I shared all this stuff that, like, and seeing the final product, I was just kind of like, why did I do all that? To be honest. Like, for that, like, why? I don't know. I don't want to, like, I hope this isn't coming off as complaining. Because that's not what I mean for it to come across as at all, or what I'm trying to do at all. I'm just like, I'm confused.
I'm a disabled fat woman. I am disabled. My pain is real. My trauma is real.
Happy Sunday. Hello to everyone watching in real time. Thank you so much for being here. To anyone watching during playbacks, I appreciate you. To all my channel members and patrons, thank you. Thank you. And to my mods who are always here holding me down, I appreciate y'all. Let me say off top, thank you to everyone who showed up to the watch party. I, at one point, was nervous because did I want it to be like a good amount of us? Sure. But when the numbers started growing, I thought the Discord was going to crash. I started getting nervous. I was just like, oh, maybe I oversold this thing. Maybe this wasn't the smartest thing to do. But it actually all worked out. And a big part of that was to my mods and my manager. Because behind the scenes, y'all don't know that it was keeping me calm. Because I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? What is happening? This is a lot of people. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my mods, to my manager, and to y'all who showed up. Now, prior to going into that documentary, I knew there would be some topics that would be hard to listen to. I just wasn't anticipating how dark it was going to be. So that's why I was able to give a better heads up for anyone who did watch the second rewatch or the rewatch that we did yesterday. So shout out to y'all who showed up for that, because that was for anyone who wasn't able to get into the Discord in time, and for, of course, the international viewers. But it was a big turnout, a lot of emotions, rightfully so. It was a lot. What wasn't a lot, though, was Rosie's cameo, Rosie's part in the documentary. Now, me being the petty bitch that I am, I'm like, damn, she barely was in his. Like, she really wasn't a part of this like that. So I'm like, let me see if I could set a stopwatch and see how much time she actually spent. So I went back. I was like, okay, let me go to the first segment. Let's see how long Rosie was actually on screen. Let's see how long she was actually speaking. How long was her part? So, for anyone who's on Twitter, you've already seen this, but she had two very short, small segments. And I know it's rare to hear small and Rosie in the same sentence, but trust me, small segment. The first one was for 25 seconds. 25 seconds. Well, a little over 25 seconds. Now, the second one, before I put it on screen, I need to make sure you guys fully understand. The reason this is a little off is because I didn't stop it when they included Stefan and Zio's TikToks. So this second timer here actually includes the TikTok. So that means she actually had less time. It's just I didn't want to keep stopping it. It's a good ballpark. It's a good ballpark. So this is the second segment. Less than 57 seconds. And I want to repeat, that includes the TikToks that they were playing in between Rosie's commentary. I said less than 90 seconds. Less than 90 seconds. And all that drama that followed for less than 90 seconds. For all the drama that Rosie created, I expected for the cameras to be following her since the airport. Like, we get a glimpse of the sky, a plane landing, and then we see this big figure, approaching the camera. Then that big figure gets in, I don't know what, the minivan, U-Haul, whatever carries her, gets in there, and then she gets to the studio. I expected that. Like, this was her moment. The fact that we got none of that, we still got the horrible angle and stuff, but for anyone who wasn't completely sure of Rosie's small part, I was able to pause quick enough to get a screenshot, and you had to do it quick because remember, she was only on camera for a very, very short period of time, so you got to pause as fast as you can to get that screenshot. So this was Rosie here. Rosie. What does that title say? Feederism expert and content creator. And then they attached her handle. I can't even say it. Feederism expert. When I tell you, from the angle that they gave her and the fact that you attached that fucking title to me, oh, I want names. I want names. Who are the fucking producers? Why do you... Rosie really should have sat there, continued eating her food, and shut the fuck up. There's no way all of this was for 90 seconds. And because ID has been clocking the fuck and copyrighting the shit out of me, keep in mind, Scrange did warn me. So Scrange, if you see this, you were right. It just took them a little while to start copyright claiming me. But they've been doing that. So I was like, okay, well, let me do a voiceover. So the quotes that you've been seeing and hearing my voice doing those voiceovers, that was completely Rosie's part. That was her whole part. And the aftermath has been Rosie still not understanding a lot of what these last few weeks have been. But above all, Rosie being very bitter. I don't know if she realizes how bitter she's coming off, but she's very loud and bitter. She's barely hiding it. And I'm just like, ooh, Rosie, Rosie. And speaking of bitter, let me close out this poll. Let me close out this poll, and we'll get into all of it because the poll will make more sense. Keep in mind, it was a simple poll, so you're welcome. It was a simple, straightforward poll, nothing crazy, no painting, not yet. Don't worry, the edible will hit and we will still find a way to paint. We will. So the poll question was, and thank you to all 537 of you who voted. The poll question was, which creator's participation made more sense for the Big Girls Wanted docuseries? 84% said Tess Holiday and 16% said Rosie. I actually believe Tess Holiday's participation, if you had to choose between the two, I agree, Tess Holiday. Now, to be clear, neither was needed. And one of my biggest reasons for that is because there were still victims whose story didn't get into the docuseries. When it comes to the docuseries, it was short. For what it was, there was no way they were going to get enough out in 3 episodes. The truth is, this series should have probably been more like 6 to 8, but who knows what budget was like. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes when it comes to a lot of these things, but it should have honestly probably been 6 to 8 episodes. I don't know if they're going to circle back based on the response. Who knows? But Rosie's part could have been read out, and I believe it was someone in Discord who said this, truly could have been read out by a narrator. And I believe someone in chat mentioned it earlier, even when it comes to her defining feederism and all of that, the sex expert could have read that out. Shoot, if they needed a creator there, Tess could have read it out. Her part was not needed. I do understand though, they didn't fly her out to Vegas just to define feederism and give commentary on Zio. The problem with Rosie, and I think this is truly the reason behind it. I don't think it was due to the response of viewers. I actually think Rosie probably kept running her mouth to the point that they didn't know what to do with a lot of what she said. And it didn't fit into what they were trying to shape when it comes to this docuseries. Because if you give Rosie space, she's going to go and go and go. And within a couple of hours, you'll probably be talking about what happened to her when she was in high school and middle school. So I can only imagine what it was like listening to someone like Rosie. And the whole point is to let these people speak. This is the platform for them to speak. But Rosie lacks so much self-awareness when it comes to how much she shares and the way she shares it. I'm not shocked that she was chopped the way she was. I'm not shocked at all. And I'm actually happy she was. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to a lot of this, she wanted to center herself that badly. Rosie has gone viral before talking about her past trauma, her past experiences in feederism. These victims, at least not that I've seen, they've never had a platform that big. This is the same Rosie who likes to tell people to go back to revisit, We're All Insane podcast, all of that. I think they had like over 20 million views. That's a lot of people. But for whatever reason, Rosie wants a bigger audience. Rosie's whole online presence, I believe it comes down to she just wants to talk about her trauma. She wants to continue talking about her trauma, share it on bigger platforms, and then hopefully whatever comes with that, whether it be, on this platform like Super Chats or just her creating some type of hug box. That's all Rosie wants to do. If it's not about food, it's about her trauma. Those are her only 2 personality traits. That's it. And unfortunately, that's not going to work on every platform. And I'm happy it didn't work out on this one. Figure your shit out. This is the same Rosie who sat there and said, "Oh, I shared these, I opened myself back up. I talked about things I haven't even talked to a therapist about." What? Keep in mind, if she was in active therapy could have prepared her for Vegas. But no, Rosie's not ever going to get the professional help that she desperately needs. She's going to continue making excuses. But before I continue running my mouth, actually, I wanted to actually make sure I share this edit with y'all. So this is Rosie in the documentary. Now I want to share a different edit that I got off of Twitter. Shout out to Peggy Hill on Twitter. If you are over there on Twitter in this corner of the internet, you know who Peggy Hill is, because I feel like this is a lot more accurate. Yeah, I feel like not only the angle, the face shape, all of it's a lot more accurate, and I feel like if it suits her personality a lot more. So, Peggy, as simple as an edit this was, thank you for continuing to serve this community and share your creativity. I really appreciate it, boo. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, Peggy ate with that. Peggy ate the fuck down with that." What I'm gonna do is get to some of the support, and then we will get started on the first half of Rosie streaming the other day, because she did a member stream, which I edit down, and then she did a public stream. There's a couple of things from that public stream I included today. But if I have the time on Tuesday, I'll cover a bit more depending on what happens over the next couple of days. Because Chantel's pussy is falling off again. She's not getting the help that she needs. She's just going through a lot, and it's just like, we've heard it many times before, girl. Just the shit just gotta go. Just gotta go. I don't know. Throw it in a wood chipper. I don't know. I don't know what they do with pussies like Chantel. But that's what I would do. Just throw it away, bitch. Anyways, Mrs. Sabre, welcome back to the Gold Cluster. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you. The crazy hedgehog lady, thank you. And I believe you're returning as well. So I appreciate you. Ashley, thank you for the support. Poll, you have to choose between Amber and Chantel to house sit for 2 weeks. This includes watching pets. They will use all your utilities, including your washcloths and ladle. I will actually put that poll up after we get started, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. I think this is an easy answer. I think it's an easy answer, but you know what? Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. But Loki, I think that's an easy answer. But I'll still do it. I'm gonna still do the poll. I'm gonna still do the poll. Parasocial hot dogs. Oh, by the way, Parasocial, you've been eating Rosie the fuck up, and I appreciate you. If y'all seen the comments, not safe for work. I have a great tattoo idea for Roz. Picture this: a tattoo that says "Welcome to me." A tattoo that says "Welcome to me" on the doggy door roof. Yo, okay, you ate this down. You ate this down, Rosie. And if you do this, Rosie, we need credit. I don't give a fuck if you don't like us, bitch. We need credit. Oh, I love this idea. This is genius. See, the girls are not as creative as us. I need to say this. And, from time to time, I do like to give, requests to the artists in the community. If there's any artists in this community that would like to maybe do a mock up example for Rosie, knock yourselves out. And please, by now, I hope you guys understand what the doggy door is. I would hope we've been following Rosie long enough for you to know what the doggy door is. So for any artists in the community who wants to, draw it up. No, hold on. Why the first comment that flies through is Sequoia saying no, please. Oh my God. Sorry, that's not funny. Sometimes when y'all say stuff like that in chat, it's like I could almost hear it. It's like I could almost hear the fear. Like, no, please. Okay, sorry. Y'all, it's going to be a lengthy stream. I need to just get it together. Svetlana, thank you. Thank you for 10 months, boo. I watched a documentary in Discord last night. I have to say, I don't know why Roz is so proud of her participation and how she could talk to Stefan. What the fuck, piece of shit. And thank you again for 10 months. I agree with this. While watching the documentary, like I already had my criticism of Rosie with her going up there speaking to Stefan. After watching, actually it was during, while watching that documentary, all I could think to myself is, Rosie's never going to live this down. She knew enough because there were things that were said in that documentary. I'm sure, no matter how long you've been following the scandals and the allegations with Paradise, I'm sure there were things heard that a lot of people didn't hear. Even with that, while listening to this, I'm like, she sat up there with that vile monster trying to be respectful. And to hear the stories come from these victims, I'm just like, there were times, like literally, my mods were like, kind of like having to spam chat to let people know, yo, it's okay to step away. Please protect your mental health. There were times within the watching this series, I genuinely thought to myself, this might have been a mistake to stream this. That's how dark it was. I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Anyone who watched the documentary, you know what I'm saying when I say this. When I heard the telling of what was behind the kitty tree, I said, like, end. Like, Minecraft, like, we need to come up with a different word that protects the platform, well, protect my platform, and making it clear what we mean. Like, he gotta go. Like, Minecraft, whatever, gotta go. And then he sat there, the deadbeat bitch that he is, and said that his sons were conceived. Wait, no, I forgot how he said it. Pretty much he was saying, like, I forgot the exact telling, and I'm so mad because I literally watched this twice. Oh, they were conceived without his consent. The man who consented to sex with that young lady, the young lady got pregnant, and because she made the decision, it was her choice to keep those kids, it was without his consent. And then he went on to say, he's not a part of their lives for his own mental health, to protect his mental health. Not that I would want a monster like that in those innocent kids' lives. No. It's just when he said that, I said, wait, that's the best you came up with to protect your mental health. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I do not understand how they have a follow, and I get it. There are trash people online who have followings. Like, there are dangerous people online who have followings. It was just so weird. And then the hot mic moment at the end, I said, "Oh, should we be shocked? Not really, but it's just like, sir, do you know the cameras were still going? Your mic is still on. I like they didn't say cut. It's still going." And that's the man Rosie sat on that panel with. That's the man who was Rosie was more open to hearing his side of things. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to follow Rosie. Whether a lot of us creators are around a few months from now, a few years from now, that's still going to follow Rosie. She's a dumb, 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 attention seeking, pick me ass bitch. And she really did that at a horrible time because this is while this community is following her. She really picked the wrong time to do that. Maybe back when we were following Chantel be a crackhead in Canada, there would probably be less eyes to recognize her. But as it is, this ain't never going away. This is never going to go away. And I know she really wants to move on, but there are going to be comments about this for a long, long, long time to come. Oh, and I agree with this, what Nikki T said. Ivy with the stunning voice. Ivy's voice at the end was beautiful. I mean, she has a beautiful voice, but when she started singing, I was just like, oh. When they sat together at the end to like talk, I was just so happy for them. Like, obviously, there's nothing to really enjoy about what they've gone through, but just to see them have that moment and to still see how towards the end of the interview and everything, Stefan's still spiraling. He will spend the rest of his life, hopefully not free, But he will spend the rest of his life in some way being miserable and trying to explain his way out of being the predator, the dangerous predator that I believe he is. And it's just like, that man is disgusting. I knew it would be bad, but as the episodes went on, it was like I felt sick, genuinely felt sick. I was just like, whoa, this is a lot. It's a lot. It was so nice, Kim. It was so nice. I hope they do stay in touch. I don't know their relationship with one another. I wish those victims the best. I wish the victims the best. And yes, I did hear about Chantel's bitch ass horrible take. I'm not shocked by what Chantel was saying. However, I just wish maybe one day she just learned to shut the fuck up. You didn't have to comment. Not even in the slightest. You didn't have to comment. And there was a lot of disgusting things when it comes to what Chantel was sharing about her opinion when it comes to the victims and the predator Stefan. We're gonna circle back to that, and later on this week I'll explain why. But one of the things that stuck out to me, granted I didn't watch the whole thing, when Chantel said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game." What the fuck is wrong with her? What, are you okay? When I tell you, I'm just like, we're talking about sexual assault. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I will never wish any good for Chantel. I won't. That's why was some people worried about, infections or pussy falling off, all of that. Man, I don't give a fuck. I could see a community tab post from Salah in the next 2 hours regarding Chantel and her health, and I wouldn't give a fuck. I genuinely wouldn't give a fuck. I've been saying this. I don't need nobody to be surprised if something happens down the line. Bitch, don't. What do you think? Bitch, I'm trying to figure out what I'm having for dinner. I don't give a fuck that bitch died. The fuck? Like, I don't. I don't feel horrible when vile, disgusting pieces of shit pass. Like, I sleep just fine at night. But she said, don't hate the player, hate the game. The player is a rapist. The player is a rapist. And technically, with these conversation, the game would be sexual assault. Okay, got it. Let me get caught up. Oh, before I continue, because I needed to catch this comment to make sure. I say this, Just Jamie, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Y'all, if y'all could tag Just Jamie in chat. One of the reasons I definitely wanted to highlight Just Jamie specifically, because we've had a lot of birthdays. And Junie, if you are watching, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you as well. And I didn't remember everybody. Don't kill me. But Just Jamie, I wanted to grab for sure and make sure I comment and wish her a great birthday. Just Jamie is one of the longest supporting viewers in this space, not just to my platform, to many platforms. Just Jamie is someone that a lot of us, like creators, we talk about privately about her because she's that dope and that supportive. So I just want to take this time to not only say happy birthday to Just Jamie, but thank you for the years of support, even before you were my mod. Years of support. And I know when I say that, I speak for a lot of creators, but I'll let them say it. But Just Jamie, thank you. Thank you. I hope you had an amazing birthday. Shout out to you, Just Jamie. I really, 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 really appreciate you. Let me see. Creed, thank you so much for the 20 gifted. Can I tell you the other day? You ever get so nervous? You almost say something stupid. So last time we were streaming, because we were getting ready for we were getting ready to stream in Discord and watch the doc. Bitch, when I tell you, y'all was raining memberships to the point that I started to I was about to start speaking Creole or something, or take it back to my church days and start speaking in tongues. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, yo, wait a minute. And I should have known then how crazy the night was going to be, but it just kept coming and coming. I'm just like, is this how Kai Sinet used to feel? I just want to say this is not me trying to flex. This is me saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all had me over here tripping like, oh fuck. Do I have to change my setup? Because it's like, yo, is this how the big YouTubers do it? What the fuck? How do you, their heart don't stop on camera? But anyways, all that to say thank you y'all. It was very overwhelming. It was a lot, but we here. It was a very sad watch party, but I'm grateful that a lot of us got to watch that together. And also, when moving forward, when it comes to this topic and the lengths that Rosie will go to seek attention, if I refer to the documentary, I know a lot of people will know what was within it. So there's that. Let me see. Oh, Mrs. Muerta, hold on. I think you were a member as well. So welcome back. If I'm wrong, I apologize. You are Supreme, so you have access to the Discord. Oh, by the way, when it comes to the 20 gifted from Creed, number one, let me make sure I say it again and emphasize thank you. Also, new members, enjoy. You have access to the Discord as well. Amelia, my boo, love seeing all the greens in here. Keeping it keeping it cultivating, guys, and love catching a stream live before rehab starts. Thank you for the hard work as always. Thank you so much, Amelia. And you know, you're one of the people I look for when I go a little earlier because I know you're international. So thank you for being here and thank you for 35 months. Thank you. And you better kick ass in rehab. You got that, boo. Let me see, Nikki. Thank you, Rosie. As not the main character. Her worst nightmare. Love to you, Charlie. Great edit. Thank you. Oh, she was so bitter. And for anyone who's seen this already, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the members only or clips or anything. And actually, no, Nikki T was streaming it. I'm pretty sure. Nikki T be on it. So I'm gonna go with yeah. But for y'all who've seen it, y'all seen the bitterness. If you're on Twitter, you've seen the clips. If you're on Discord, you've seen some of the clips. Just bitter, bitter, bitter. And I want to make sure I grab this. Valentina, you ain't wrong. Charlie, have you ever thought about putting names side by side in columns so the intro is slower? If that's an issue for you, obviously. Listen, I've been looking and thank you. I agree. That's why I made sure to grab that. I've been looking for a specific edit to have that work out because with the way my editor is, I'm gonna just say this fast because I know this is probably boring to y'all, but I need specific effects to do it, and I need to find something like that. I've been looking for only been like 2 weeks, but still, I've been looking for the past 2 weeks only because all the names are flying by because genuinely I have that many members, but I want to find one like that works with the current edit that I have. Anyways, YouTuber stuff y'all don't give a fuck about. I'm working on it. That's the point. But you're right. Thank you, Valentina. Is that a shopping cart? More of Rosie acting like she has something important to say. Been waiting for the dog walking sermon in the church of Reverend Madame Gold. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. I'm not even gonna fight y'all today on this. I'm not even gonna fight y'all today on it. I'm not. LT, thank you so much for the support to new members. Enjoy. You do have access to the Discord. And is that a shopping cart? I just want to say thank you for always just being funny and entertaining. I appreciate you. Before we get into it, and I'll get to the remaining support, before we get into the start of this member stream, I want to, I like when we come up with different stuff, like ideas. I want to start creating a list of things that last longer than 90 seconds. That can go on longer than 90 seconds. And for anyone confused, the 90 seconds is referring to pretty much how long Rosie was on screen. Mind you, it was less than that, but that's what it's referring to. Hold on. I see a lot of people celebrating in chat. I'm going to return to the top of the support, but I need to make sure I grab this. Aniko, found out I got into law school. Thank you, dear leader and the dear cult, for being here while I figure out how to move my ass to another state. Aniko, you got this. Congrats. And let me share something with you, Aniko, and you got this. Shout out to you, y'all. Yeah, I already see y'all doing it in chat. These last few days, I've been able to kind of talk to a bit more viewers, especially those who have been DMing me and emailing me about Discord. I want to shout you out, Aniko, and I'm not going to use this viewer's name only because I don't know what their name is in chat, and I don't know if it matches the name on the email. That might be your doc. So I'm just going to say, to the wife and mother who decided to go back to school and became a nurse. I believe you were a LPN and you went back to school and it was through a lot of struggle. I want to shout you out. I'm not going to say your name. Hopefully, the person who emailed that to me, it was because I was trying to send you the link and they shared that. I just want to tell you, I really read that email. I read those emails. I read that and congrats to you. And I'm sorry I'm not using your name. It's just I don't know what your name is in chat and I don't want to risk it. So, shout out to you. To be a wife, a mother, already working full time and still and go through the struggles that you shared. I'm not going to say what they were, but go through that and you still did it, boo. So shout out to y'all. I'm going to get started with the member stream. Damn, 40 minutes. Here I am. That's one thing about me. I'm going to run my fucking mouth. But let's get into Rosie's stream. And then there's a few different things I want to cover. Again, it's going to be a lengthy one. That's why I was just like, ooh, girl, try to start at 5. Try. Let's get into it, y'all.
Yes, Remy is here to hang out with me today. Also, ignore the disaster zone back there. We'll deal with that later. Oh, I don't even know where to start. What do we do? What do we talk about? What do I say? What the hell is going on here? Oh, but
honestly, before we continue, I agree with Hannah. That's where I'm at. And you know how, and this is where I know I'm contradicting myself because we always, I always look for side characters and other people to be within the content. But Remy, enough. Why does Remy always have to be there? At this point, please go. If he's not gonna come on camera, at least learn how to work StreamYards and sit in the other box and sit there and look, sweaty just like Rosie and very interesting the way he does. At this point, I don't want to hear it. Because half the time he's like, yeah, or finding the right time to like fake uplift Rose. Like, shut up. Keep in mind, we're not even gonna fully touch on no, that's not today's stream. We're not going to touch on the conversation about the masculinity and everything. And Alien Holly, let me be clear. A lot of times when it comes to viewers, sometimes I say my little slick shit like on Twitter or if I got to check you real quick, whatever. But if you're going to be loud and a bigot and then be a viewer of mine, this shouldn't be surprising. Alien Holly, what the fuck were you talking about in Rosie's stream? I was behind on a lot of stuff. So in the Discord, I'll read chat if I'm like busy and can't tune in to the stream. Because if I'm not streaming, a lot of times my mods are streaming. And then I saw my mods posting the screenshots of what Alien Holly was saying in Rosie's Discord being transphobic. Bitch, this ain't a safe space for you no more. And I actually used to like Alien Holly. She seemed chill. I know I get a lot of viewers, but there's times I'll remember y'all name and mostly I'll attach it to like the way y'all made me feel, like if you're funny or whatever. I remember Alien Holly had a good vibe about her. That's how I was just like, what the fuck? And you watch me? Why the fuck do you watch me? I'm the annoying woke creator. It's just nobody could shut me up because if they try, I dog walk them. I'm the annoying woke creator. Why the fuck did you think that would be okay? Why do you watch me? Like, and to all my trans friends in chat, shout out to y'all. By the way, happy Pride Month. The fuck? I was reading that shit like, oh my God. And I know it sounds so dumb, but like, when you get a good vibe with a viewer, sometimes it's just like, wait, come on. That shit actually pissed me off because I'm just like, and I get it. We don't know one another. We're strangers online. That's the truth. We strangers online. It's just sometimes I'm just like, why? You could be anything in this world. You choose to be a bigot? Like, fucking annoying. I was just like, anyways, back to Rosie. My edible hit, so I might talk too much. So I really want to make sure we focused. We focused. It's just so fucking annoying. That shit is so fucking annoying and so stupid. Y'all can't see it. Thank you for the super sticker, Joy. Y'all can't see it, but the super sticker is a rainbow. It's a rainbow. Happy Pride Month, y'all. And let me be very, very, very clear. There's a lot of different people when it comes to this space, a lot of different beliefs. I've always made this clear, and I want to emphasize it again for anybody. All marginalized groups, this will always be a safe space. That's why I speak the way that I am. That's why I carry myself the way that I am. And that's why when I need to make a point, I make it in the way that I do. Marginalized groups will be safe here with my platform. I can't speak for the rest of y'all, but keep that shit away from here. Please. Back to Rosie, stupid ass.
I
Well, we can talk about like what we've been doing today, maybe, or maybe how the week has been.
there's just been a lot. There's just a lot that I can't talk about.
Oh, this is gonna be a bit chaotic. This is gonna be a bit chaotic, and I completely forgot because we're gonna have to pivot real quick. Thank you, Rashawn, and thank you, Just Jamie, because it did slip my mind, but I already had the edit. It's just I forgot to load it. Let's load this. And for anyone who doesn't know, FFG shared an opinion about the docuseries. What I don't understand, and yeah, everybody can have a fucking opinion. Please, I have mine. Everybody can have an opinion. What I don't understand is having an opinion on something so serious while admitting you didn't see the content. You didn't look into this. While rightfully dragging the fuck out of Chantel, FFG had me and a lot of people side-eyeing her because I'm like, wait, are you hearing yourself? Let's take a listen to a couple of days ago what FFG had to share when it comes to Paradise.
I heard about Chantal's opinions, let's say, that she, for no reason at all, insists on giving about the Paradise thing. Okay. It's not good. It's Chantal being exactly the asshole that you would imagine Chantal to be. Chantal is siding with, I'm going to call him the villain in this story, okay? I'm going to call the women the victims, and I'm going to call him, I think his name is Stefan, the villain. Keep in mind, I have not watched this Paradise thing at all.
Did you hear that? Keep in mind, I have not watched the Paradise thing at all. Those were FFG's words. Keep in mind right here, she's criticizing Chantel. I agree with this. Drag that bitch, criticize her. No argument there. But she just said she hasn't watched it at all. Okay, continue.
Just at all. Have not watched it. But based off of what I've seen, he's not a good guy. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You can have your opinion, I would say, on the women involved. I think that's fair. I don't think again, I haven't seen the thing. I should probably see the thing before I give any opinion, but
She hasn't seen the thing. She should probably see the thing, referring to the docuseries, before she gives an agreed. So we're gonna stop right here. Keep dragging Chantel, and we're gonna stop that and just continue with our opinion on Chantel. Right? No.
Chantal, having claimed to be the victim of abuse, siding with the person who multiple women claim to be their abuser, just, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. Again, I haven't seen it. Having not seen it, I have opinions.
Having not seen it, I have opinions. Okay.
On it. Just blind opinions, which we're allowed to have in life. You see a tiny bit of a situation and you make your judgment. this might be an unpopular opinion. And again, I will eventually watch this thing. I'm just honestly not interested in it at all. Number one.
So she hasn't seen it. She's emphasized that many times. There's a reason I made sure the clip plays out so no one says I did anything out of context. She hasn't seen it. And even though she hasn't seen it and she knows she should see it, FFG somehow has an unpopular opinion. How do you have any opinion but find a way to have an unpopular opinion? Oh, I forgot. It's because FFG likes to parrot people online. Let's see what she's parroting.
And number two, on vacation. So I'm certainly not watching it now, but how to say this diplomatically? I want to be clear that I side with the women and I believe the women.
She sides with the women, believes the women. Period. But there's more.
But certain things in the story about how the women end up there and consent to the whole thing, I don't necessarily side fully with the women. Do I think maybe, you get into something in a context that ends up being completely false and it turns into something completely different that is completely abusive? Absolutely. And again, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen it, but the whole going out of your way to go to this place, going out of your way to get this attention from this man, going out of your way to get into this situation, I don't think it's fair to then fully turn around and say that, you were victimized into ending up at that house. You were somehow manipulated into going there in the first place. Were you victimized once you were there? I can fully believe that. Let's say, was things different than what you thought it was going to be or that was promised to you? Absolutely. I can definitely see that. And that does change an equation. But to try to victimize right from the jump seems crazy. Just based on the little bits that I've seen, people seem more than eager and more than willing to go over there. People, not just Rosie, seem to have gone out of their way to get this man's attention and to get a place over there. Again, I'm not trying to blame the victims here because I do consider them the victims. But to say that from the jump, it's like you were forced into something, seems ridiculous to me. You went into something with a different expectation and then were victimized? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think those two things are the same. And I don't think it's wrong to question that. Each person had their reason. Nobody was forced over there. No.
I don't actually recall one victim even saying that they were forced to go to the Paradise House. That's probably why you should watch before you speak, you dumb bitch. The victims were sold a dream. That's the problem. Not a lot of people, let me make sure I watch my words. There were some victims that actually flew out within a week or two. Most people can't do that. It takes way more planning. But for some, especially the type of victims that Stefan seeks out, in my opinion, they're that desperate. They have a dream. They see a dream. And to be clear, I don't mean desperate in a derogatory way, but that's what it is. There's sold a dream to go to this paradise where they could be themselves. They won't be judged. They'll be loved, where they won't be treated like the rest of the world treats them. This big ass house, you see evidence online, millions and millions of fucking views. Chances are, unfortunately, some of these women take a shot in the dark and just message Stefan. And they probably feel their life is fucking made when he says, sure, come out. I'm not saying I would do that. Nothing is appealing to me about the Paradise House. Even if you take away the accusations and it was just a whole bunch of happy people who had good things to share, no accusations, I wouldn't go to somewhere like that. I actually do believe that glorifies obesity, and I don't like that. Again, allegations aside, just a whole bunch of fat people enjoying their lives with no issues and drama, I still wouldn't want to do that. I genuinely wouldn't. But there are these victims that are sold this. And what they're not told is this is also an invitation for you to potentially get sexually assaulted. I did not hear a victim say, "Oh, he kidnapped me, or he forced me, or he blackmailed me into the house." None of that happened. A lot of them pretty much said, I think all of them initially said why they were so excited to get to the fucking house. And some, within a few hours of stepping in the house, Stefan was touching them inappropriately. I'm so confused. Oh, that's right. I'm confused because the bitch didn't watch. Now, she says this on YouTube. Then I believe it was the following day. I guess she watched an episode or almost 2 episodes in, and she starts to walk it back on Kick, her Kick platform. Even without watching, I don't understand that opinion. It doesn't matter where you go at your will. It could be church. It could be a grocery store. It could be school. It could be a friend's house. It could be a family member's house. And the reason I'm naming all these random places, these are a lot of places people have willingly gone and still got sexually assaulted. I don't get it. Yo, when I heard this, I'm just like, what the fuck? You can shut the fuck up too. What is wrong with you? Back in the day, we used to dead ass, even if all of us didn't get along, a lot of us agreed, at least I thought, genuinely meant the criticism when we would drag Chantel for this shit. It's so weird. Like, so fucking weird. Wait. Nikki T, Ivy, I didn't know you were in chat. Nikki T, can you send me a DM real quick on Discord? Ivy, and this is to anybody. If this is too much, please step out. I didn't even know Ivy was in chat. Ivy, if you do see this, hey hun, I'm sorry. This is gonna be all over the place, but welcome, Ivy. I didn't even realize you were here. I'm not good with keeping up with chat. Whoa, sorry, y'all. All right, let's get that part. Wait, where does base comment go? She's Chantel 20 for a reason. Mind you, she was criticizing Chantel. That's why I'm like, how did you go from like criticizing Chantel a couple of minutes ago to saying this? It's weird. Let's get back into Rosie for a little bit.
That's been like a big reason why I haven't been online as much, but also just I don't quite know what I want to say 100%. Like, I've been thinking a lot about the stuff I want to say regarding the docuseries. Because, like, you know, it came out, it's been almost 48 hours, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been about Wednesday night. And I was really struggling mentally. Like, the turmoil of waiting versus like the reality of what it actually was just like
on Phoebe. This is just a little bit of what Rosie said, and I want to be clear, word for word. I made sure to read out everything word for word. What Rosie shared. Again, she was expecting something completely different. She was waiting, panicking, crashing out, doing the most on panels with predators, all while she waits. But here's a little bit of what she said. There's levels of extremism. Feeders can write out like their own little role plays and desires. Being fed to the last breath, getting to 1,000 pounds. For some, It is a desire to get them in bed so they never get out. Death feederism is the concept of feeding someone to the point that they die. She disappeared for a few months. People within plus-size communities were like, is she alive? Is she dead? Is she alive? Is she dead? She went into a coma, and when she came out of it, she started trying to document more of her health journey. She's been in rehab to regain her mobility. In the beginning, she was sharing her journey, day after day after day, once or twice a day. But then she started going live on TikTok and mukbanging, basically from DoorDash in the hospital bed.
If I'm gonna take a moment, because
let's us take a moment first. That was her complete portion of the docuseries. Now, the reason I put like Stefan TikTok or Ivy TikTok in the parentheses is because they would insert a TikTok from them. So every time you saw a quote, it broke to a TikTok, broke to TikTok. I just wanted to be that precise. And I obviously add some dramatic music to it as well. But you see how I just did that? Honestly, I could have actually just narrated that for y'all. Y'all could have just threw me a simple check. Just throw me a check. I could have did that. I would have edited it myself, put the music on and everything. Just, mess with the audio, make sure I sound like I got a smooth voice. But you see how I just did that? ID could have just cut me a check. What the fuck? They flew Rosie out to Vegas, had to actually buy 2 plane tickets, put her up in a hotel, makeup artist. Baby, I do my own makeup. I do from Florida. Send me the fucking check. What was the purpose? I hope producers have learned from this. Truly, that was dumb. That was dumb. That was Rosie's part. Back to her.
it's like I purposefully didn't like go live yesterday or really do anything. And when I originally was talking about going live today, I was going to do it publicly. But ultimately, I realized since it's Friday, I wanted to go ahead and come on for members only and everything. I bore my heart and soul, and
She what? She bore her heart and soul. This is not supposed to be funny, but honestly, Rosie, you're a dumb bitch. She bore her heart and soul. She poured out all her trauma. Oh, that poor producer. Actually, when I think about it, do these ID channel producers or whoever do these interviews, do they get like, I hope they have therapy included when it comes to their benefits. Really think about that. Imagine being the producer who actually had to interview Rosie, because I think Rosie said it was a couple of hours. That just dawned on me. This whole time I've been thinking about how Rosie was running her mouth. I'm not thinking about the person on the receiving end. That person will never be the same again. Oh my God. I feel for that producer because I know they either had a drink or smoked something at the end of that. Because, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. I would cry. Deep fried fupa, thank you so much for the gifted boo. I'm going to get to the rest of the support in a second. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because it's going to be lengthy anyways. This is going to be lengthy as fuck, this stream. Let's cut to a bonding break. When I get back, I'll get caught up on some more of the support, and then we'll return with Rosie. When I tell you we're not even halfway through the first edit I have filmed, y'all start putting me on a timer. I think that's what I need. I need to start putting on a timer because these 3-hour streams might turn to 4 one day, and after that, I need to get a life. So, bonding break. We'll be right back.
A handful of prices. Please, someone save me.
Got a shopping cart? What the f is this?
You piggy pig pig. Oink, 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 motherfucker.
You're gonna be detained. Detain me, bitch. Beep, beep. Whee. Whoa, whoa. What the fuck, man?
Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
Miss
Piggy, no one wants you here.
Wink, wink, bitches.
Maybe he's in the mood for pork.
He doesn't get to eat it in real life, bitch. Go fuck yourself. Oink, oink. Do I look like a giant baby?
You ain't got enough of this fever, I know, I know. Nothing would remain and you don't wanna go, so go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end. Don't you know what happens to dreams you don't follow? They crumble. You know I can't stay. What you're getting so hollow. So go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you at the end.
Yeah, I want to know my favorite comment in chat. The Queen of Sweden said, I think this is harassment. You said this during the break, so I'm just like, I bust out laughing back here. I'm like, I think she's talking about the break. That shit cracked me up. Queen of Sweden, if you was talking about something else, man, I read it for that and I was dying. Let me get caught up with the support and we'll get back into it. I just want to get fully caught up because y'all know how I am. I fall so behind. But, you know, with timestamps and a good memory. Oh, which reminds me, we're over an hour in, y'all. I forgot to mention, I'm wearing a Smoke Sessions palette by Melt. I know Matt is so fed up with my ass because I should be saying this at the top of the stream. But the Smoke Sessions, and I'm wearing Mean Green on my eyes. Let me show you. Oop. This is the whole. It's so pretty. But yeah, that and by, yeah, Melt Cosmetics. But I love them. I love Melt. But let me get into that. And I know Matt will like it because it's green too. But let me get back into the sport and then I'll get back into Rosie. Of course, I am so behind. Jeez. Carrie, thank you for 7 months. Thank you for this awesome community. I appreciate you, Carrie. Thank you. Thank you. Nah, for real. Times like these last few days, that's when your community really show up. I will say that. And shout out to y'all. Y'all dope as fuck. Mushroom, thank you for 14 months. The price that you pay is being a goddamn self-centered embarrassment, Rosie. Could have shut up, could have shut the fuck up. But nope, it's going to be all about Rosie. And she continues to pretty much keep that standpoint within the stream, not realizing it. Not realizing it. And wait until we get to the Tess holiday part. I ain't gonna hold you. When I first saw Tess in the doc, I rolled my eyes. I said, fuck, you got her too. Like, oh my God, please. They was just throwing it out there to everybody. What the fuck? Why didn't a few of us big backs get one? Actually, I'm being dramatic because we ain't really fuck with that, what they were for, but you get my point. Shit, just put us in there. They just cared about commentary anyways. Nikki T, feeder self-expert. I would see it's times like that where stuff like that, I would just need to see, I need to approve. Just that feederism expert, the angle, and then I'm in there less than 90 seconds. Man, please. Amelia, poll, what shorter Rosie's part? What shorter Rosie's part or Charlie's height? I promise y'all, my New Year's resolution is to start reading super chats before I put them on the fucking screen. Because why did you do that? That is so rude. I promise y'all, that's my New Year's resolution. I get it. We're months out, but that's going to be my New Year's resolution. Because I know I'm not going to get it for the next. I'm going to start reading these shits first. And then these streams going to be twice as long. I'm going to start reading these. Wow. I'm in shock. I need to take a screenshot of that. I'm going to send it to my sister. I can't believe you had just dragged me like this. Oliver's, thank you. Tess was there because she's the face of body positivity. Roz, you were there because you're in the face of feederism. Ooh, you're in the face of feederism. Congrats, I guess. Ooh, Oliver's just dragged the fuck out of Rosie. Let me read that one more time. That's how good this was. Tess was there because she's the face of body positivity. Roz, you were there because you're the face of feederism. Congrats, I guess. Oh, no commentary needed. Ate you the fuck up. Mars, thank you. Nothing funnier knowing she trauma dumped for an hour plus and they said hell no and cut her shit out. Also looking ethereal and very tall queen. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy somebody's calling me tall. I need to recover from what Amelia super chat. I need to recover. Thank you, boo. Sky, thank you for 5 months, boo. The talented Ivy. Oh, into the music. Thank you. See, that's how Sky was trying to send me signals. I realized because I just went to my phone. Not only did I have DMs from mods trying to tell me Ivy's in chat, one of my friends texted me to tell me, and I still didn't notice because I'm running my mouth and not fully paying attention. That's another thing. That needs to be my other New Year's resolution. Learn to multitask. Learn to talk, pay attention to chat, and look at my phone. Yeah. Thank you, Rosie. And Ivy, into the music. I just want to say again, hello, boo. Sorry. I'm not the most organized creator, but welcome, boo. Welcome. And y'all be nice to Ivy. Ivy has actually helped fill in a lot of gaps when it comes to Rosie. And I'm just happy she's around. Thank you for being comfortable to be here, boo. I appreciate you. Let me see. Danzo, thank you for 6 months. Raw's part was short, but you are Tarla's queen, Charlie. Thank you. You're looking beautiful as always. Y'all must have saw the drag come in, and I was like, let me help you, boo. Thank you so much. Magic short bus. Thank you so much. Welcome. Let me see. What? How come I can't see these? Welcome, boo. Back end. Anyways, Denny with the Henny, thank you for 1 month. Hey, Charlie in chat, thanks for being the best 7-5 cult leader on the platform. I appreciate you. We are no cult, we are a church. Thank you. Cougar Girl, thank you for 11 months. She wanted to give Stefan grace F her for life. And that's the comments that Rosie's going to have to accept. Like, she really was up there trying to give Stefan grace. The same Rosie who doesn't want to engage, which is her right, I want to be clear, doesn't want to engage with certain creators, doesn't want to engage with, viewers who happen to end up or request to be on a panel, but she will sit there and have a long ass conversation with Stefan. Dumbass. Nimadid, Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah, that is what I should actually say. Thank you for that suggestion. Because yeah, people like Stefan and stuff, we need a different something. Mortal Kombat is what it is. Saving the Wrong Species, and thank you again, Nimadibu. Thank you for 15 months. Oh, damn, y'all was really trying to help me. This is embarrassing. To anyone watching during playbacks, I will get ready. I will get better with multitasking. I will get better because the way I was shouting it, like, girl, Ivy's in chat. I need help. Ashley Grace, thank you for 5 months. Not surprising Roz talked to him. They're cut from the dirty wash rag that she defended Jeff. She'll minimize Stefan. Very true. Can't even argue that. Pat Ray, thank you. To be clear, we respect all trauma and laugh at Roz. Correct. I agree. And I actually, Pat Ray, I was going through chat and playback. I believe it was on the last stream. And there's something that you actually wrote in chat that I missed that I made sure to screenshot to actually have for our stream. I actually want to get it. And thank you for the support, boo. And you worded this so beautifully. That's why I was like, I need to actually have this for chat. Let me see. Please tell me I remembered. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, I was about to get so mad. Because I was like, I love this comment. There's no way I didn't save it. So Pat Ray wrote in chat a few days ago, for being victimized by predators, she doesn't understand them at all. Predators don't grieve their victims. They move on to the next. Pat Ray, when you said that, I was mad at myself that I missed it in chat, but I grabbed it just to make sure I read it out in the next stream. So thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Nikki T, the real reason for me and anyone who wants to keep a spotlight on him through their platform, I will respect y'all. I can't actually follow Stefan for real because that shit is dark and it's actually, if I'm being real, it's triggering. It's triggering. I can't follow somebody like Stefan for real. Like, I wish the worst for that man. While Rosie decided to sit there and go mingle with him, I'll criticize him. But to follow that man consistently, it would fuck with me. So that's just me personally. But I respect anyone who continues to shine a light on him, his behavior, and give a platform to those victims. But when it comes to that man, I can't actually, I can't do it. Let me see. Junie, thank you. I just want to thank the members for streaming Iron Lung yesterday. I was so worried about what I'd do alone on my birthday. Best B-Day ever. Love y'all. Junie, first of all, happy belated boo. I had mentioned it earlier in the stream. And next time, tell me that, because we'll stream something for y'all. If one of us has time, even if I have to do it while working, we'll put some shit on. You know what I'm saying? It's a big ass Discord. We're going to have different interests, y'all. So especially on big days like that, just hit me up and tell me. There ain't no shame. There's birthdays I wanted to be alone or my plans didn't work out, whatever. We have those. But you got a whole community behind y'all. And I don't give a fuck how parasocial this sound. That's not how I mean it. Just reach out to somebody. Like, there's going to be somebody who want to hang and watch something similar. All right? Let's get back into Rosie, even though I didn't even completely catch up. But let's get back.
I ripped open all of my trauma. I shared all this stuff that, like, in seeing the final product, I was just kind of like, why did I do all that? To be honest.
For the attention. Rosie got a taste of what happened with those podcasts that she went viral on, and Rosie wants more. Has Rosie always wanted attention and fame to a certain degree? Yeah. But she got a taste of that podcast being memed all over the place. Let's not forget that's one of the ways that she ended up in contact with Michelle McDaniel is because I think Michelle had stitched something, because I recently watched Michelle's video, like as a reminder, and they ended up speaking. Rosie looks to be viral. As much as she want to sit there and make it seem like she truly gave a fuck about the thing about her boobs on Twitter a few weeks back that went viral, she tried to make it seem like she didn't like that. She loved that. Rosie loves the attention. And that's why she did this. She's looking for another viral moment. Imagine it being on a bigger platform like HBO Max. That's why when she was in what's her name? Zio's chat that day when Zio was streaming. Let me see. What did she say? She said this. She said this. It was like soon after, like within a couple of days of the trailer dropping. Rosie's in Zio's chat saying they are fuming. I'm on mainstream media, to be honest. Well, Rosie, I'd like to fast forward to present, and you were only on mainstream media for less than 90 seconds. You're literally the least memorable person out of the cast. I think I have more interest on the couch that the sex doctor was sitting on. I actually would run it back just to see the couch again. The couch was more memorable than you. That's why I never understood that comment, like, oh, they're jealous I'm on mainstream media. First of all, based on her, even though we didn't know everything, we knew it'd be about feederism. I don't want to be on a platform like that. Please. Like, she sounds. Oh, Ivy. I had paused to actually make sure I grabbed Ivy's comment. Ivy, I'll get you a link. I got you. Sorry. I was trying to stop the chat to make sure I said that, but I forgot. But yeah, Ivy, I'll get you a link.
Like, for that, like, why? You know? Because when I saw the they don't tell you the price that you pay tagline, I thought, okay, perfect. So because that was from like probably the most emotional moment I had. Like it was like right at the beginning of like the most emotional moment I had on camera.
Even the way she explains this, it just seems so fake, so calculated. Like, yeah, I remember where that tear was. It was at this moment. Like she might as well say, like, when my voice peaked a few octaves and I looked the producer in the face and I told, like, that's what it gives. It's just like, girl, are you talking about the trauma you sat there to talk about, or are we talking about a storyline here? I don't even think even with this, Rosie sees how performative she is. It's weird.
And I was talking about feederism. I was talking about specifically the feederism community, the predators in the community, the people who benefit from luring young girls in, telling them all the good parts, all the fun parts, the things about like reclaiming your body, all those good things.
For anyone who has been following too, this is her explaining that that meme, that line she said. I mean, I did feel like that's what it probably was, but this is no shock, to be clear.
But they don't tell you the price that you pay with your health and your body. And it was such like a big moment for me, like in that situation.
That was such a big moment for me in that moment, and they cut it out. It's almost as if a lot of this is performative. Are we talking about an audition, or are we talking about like opening back up and explaining your past experience and trauma? That was such a big moment for me. Again, that tear. It's just like she don't see it, and that's what's weird, because as viewers we could see how like ridiculous she sounds and performative, but like she don't see it. It's weird. It's just like, girl, that was one of the biggest issues with you centering yourself. This is a fucking joke. Jesus. Aloe, thank you so much, Boo. I'm so behind on support. I need to start doing this throughout again. And thank you again, Boo. Enjoy the playback. And Sleepy, I did see this. Happy birthday, Just Jamie. Charlie, you and your mods always make everyone feel so welcome and have created an amazing community. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Just Jamie, I know you already saw it, but thank you again. I appreciate y'all for real. Maya, thank you. Just waiting on the day I hear his name has been put into recently deleted folder. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure you're talking about Stefan. I hope. I hope. That's another thing. The way he run his mouth, like, does he actually leave the area he's in? I think he's in the city paradise. I wonder. Because, anyways, let me shut up. Violence is not the answer ever, guys. Crazy Cat Lady, thank you for 8 months. Beautiful Charlie. It's Bamboozle's birthday. What? How the fuck did I miss that? Thank you, Cat Lady. Bamboozled. You know I don't be paying attention to chat. Siren should have went off for that. Bamboozled. I'm so sorry. We are an hour and 25 minutes into the damn stream, and I'm just realizing. Thank you so much, Bamboozled, for being here. Happy birthday, Boo. Bamboozled, another viewer who's been a supporter for years. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Bamboozled, for everything and the laughs. I appreciate you. Yo, there's a lot of I thought there was a lot of May babies in this community. There's a lot of June babies. Shout out to y'all.
That when I saw it in the trailer, I was like, okay, cool. So they're gonna, like, I was not expecting more than like a few moments in this thing because this thing's not about me, right?
She was only expecting a few moments, so that means she had to make it count, and this is why this has been so performative. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah. But they didn't even expand on the thing that they used to promote. And like, I'm in the first couple minutes. Yeah. I'm like, my face is in like the taglines in the opening of the docuseries. It's in the trailer, and then like they don't go into it at all. Yes. And that's.
If you watched the edit already, you might have been confused on why I include this clip about the community. So Rosie's actually sitting here complaining like, oh, they didn't include this, they didn't do this. What it actually reminded me of is how Rosie likes to criticize the creators in this space, saying that they take context away when covering her, giving their opinion of her. And she actually ended up working with a big company that does that regularly. Because let's be clear, whether it's a docuseries, reality TV, or any form of entertainment on bigger platforms, they cut and edit the way they want to. So as much as she sits there and complains about truly most people just simply playing her words, they actually cut out her words. They actually cut out the words that she claims that this community cuts out for her all the time. Sucks to suck. Quirky Moments. Speaking of Quirky Moments, hey boo. Speaking of Rosie, y'all make sure you check out Quirky Moments. Thank you for the gifted to the new member. Enjoy. But speaking of D with love, hold on. Thank you. I appreciate you. She's very butthurt. We haven't even gotten to the true bitter part yet. That's what's crazy. There's a lot more. There's layers to this bitterness. And I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's get back into this. So this was her criticism of this community just a few days ago before the doc came out.
Clipped all over. I don't know how much. I don't know if someone clipped the whole thing and did it unedited. I would hope so because from the like bits and headlines that I've caught, I've seen a lot of the picking and choosing of certain moments and things like that, but that's just what Girl World does.
Bits and pieces, cutting things out, just grabbing what you want. That's just what Girl World does. 3 days later, Investigation Discovery did the same thing, 10 times worse. See, you got to watch your words. Because in a way, she manifested that. She stays saying, oh, these reactors cut out this. Look at what ID cut out of you. Damn. Less than 90 seconds, dummy.
Oh, like, I don't, like, I'm not even saying, like, I'm not even saying they had to spend more than, like, a minute. You know what I mean? But, like, at all? Yeah. Was just kind of, like, I was confused. I was just confused. Yeah, I walked away confused. Yeah. And really, that's, I think, all I really got to say.
If I'm being real, I think a lot of people walked away confused. The main confusion, at least for me, was why was Rosie there? I mean, yeah, I've seen a few tweets. I've seen people on Discord say it like, yeah, at least she got a vacation out of it. If you really think about it, granted, she wanted the attention and the fame and all of that, the viral moments, the memes, all of that, and she didn't get that. But if you put that aside for a second, for a minute and a half, granted, yeah, she was there for probably 2 hours. Okay, so 2 hours of my day, you pay for my plane ticket, you pay for the hotel, and you hook me up with a makeup artist, and you just need me to sit on that big ass couch for 2 hours? Sign me up. Sign me up. Not for a documentary like that, but that's how Rosie could turn this around. If she wasn't creating the drama that she was creating, at least she could have said, hey, at least I got a free trip. But no, she handled this all wrong. All she had to do was sit there and shut the fuck up.
I think when it comes to just like the me of it all, you know, because ultimately, like, I don't think that there was never a time where I thought like this was all about me. And I know that's kind of a narrative that's being pushed right now. And that's, I think.
Before we get into this clip, it is from earlier this month. Rosie forgets she tells on herself all the time. Even earlier in the stream, she was like, oh, that was going to be my biggest moment. She tells on herself. Listen to this from just the 3rd.
It's just, I'm passionate about my involvement in this, in the sense that like I know what I shared and why. My goal is to be someone that in this conversation that is on the outside of it, so I don't have a level of emotional attachment that I feel like the people connected to Paradise Present or Past do have. Right. And I feel like that aspect of my voice in this has relevance.
I would like to remind everyone, Rosie is explaining that, trying to really point out her importance. She's saying that on a panel with Stefan. Rosie is saying that to Stefan. She's saying, listen, the women you raped, the women you allegedly raped, whatever, the women you allegedly raped, I have a different perspective than them. So I want to make sure I can tell and highlight my story because my perspective is different from them. Imagine being a victim, listening to her say this to Stefan. Why are you explaining this much to Stefan? There is no way you want attention this badly. Bitch, the people who were in the house who don't have the same emotions as you, bitch, it's us, the victims. Why are you saying this to Stefan? Like, how did she not think of that? But no, y'all, she wasn't trying to make it about her. We made that up. Oh my God. Do you think they would do that? They probably, if anything, I don't know if they would listen to a petition. I mean, it's worth a try. I'd be down. Can you imagine the hot mic moment that they actually didn't air? Could you imagine? And thank you, Nikki T. My God. I wonder if Rosie had any hot mic moments. Nah, she was probably still blowing her nose and picking up her snot because by the end of that 2 hours, I know it was just sobbing and snot rockets. That poor producer. Go ahead, Rosie.
It's like if I dare to talk about myself or my feelings or my own involvement, yeah, I mean, yeah. So like, if I dare to talk about, because like at the end of the day, like, I was invited, I was involved, I was a part of it, but it's like, I don't know. Did you?
Now, later in the public stream, listen to what Rosie had to say about Tess Holiday. Remember, y'all, this isn't about her. She ain't trying to center herself. Girl, made that up. Well, what's your opinion on Tess being there, Rosie? Tess Holiday. Very controversial, but let's remember, Tess Holiday. What is Rosie's opinion?
You know that Tess was going to be in it? I did not. And can I be real? I get that she's probably like one of the most famous like fat influencers. I was so confused why she was there.
Rosie was confused why Tess Holliday, one of the biggest and well-known creators, public figures around body positivity, she'd be confused why she would be there while discussing a paradise that is shaped around body positivity, the message of body positivity. Obviously, it's way more and way darker than that, but that's literally what they try to market. And the biggest body positivity, one of the biggest, she doesn't know why Tess Holliday would be there. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Sometimes you got to say it out loud. Even though a viewer's about to tell her. I just have to make sure I said it out loud. Like, why would Tess Holliday be there? Okay.
Besides her name. Like, her name has weight behind it. No pun intended. Like, her name has weight behind it. But I was so confused why she was there. Because, honestly, in my opinion, it was like either she should have been there or I should have been there. You know what I mean? Like, why we were both there was confusing.
I guess where I'm confused, I would have just been more happy that they also invited me. Like, in when it comes to this conversation, the fact that, you know, Rosie was there, Tess Holliday was there, honestly, they didn't need both. I would just be happy. But Rosie, for some reason, let me read Wicked's actual comment. Thank you for 3 months. First mistake is believing you are the value of the content, and you're so really not. Thank you. It's just when she was saying this, I was just like, wait, Rosie, do you hear yourself? Like, don't get me wrong, fuck Tess Holiday for a lot of different reasons, but it's still Tess Holiday. And there was no need for both of us. What does she think if Tess wasn't there, she would have got more airtime? I'm so confused. Let me see. What if someone at ID knew who Rosie was, and is a giant troll just for the fun? Oh, I would love if that's the case. I know it's not, but I would love that. I do it if I was a producer. Let me say, if I was a producer, the messy shit. Honestly, I probably wouldn't keep my job due to all the messy shit I'd be willing to do. But still, could you imagine if one of us ended up being a producer on one of these shows? Bitch, first call to action, first show pitch. I'm going to produce a show off of a scamming ass creator who ended up making tens of thousands of dollars off of a cat that was passed. Earn sitting right there as she streamed day in and day. Made story times up about a dead cat. When I tell y'all I would sell the fuck out of that show idea. You think FFG hate me now, bitch? Don't let me get no producer. Oh, she will be in shambles. Back to Rosie and her bitterness towards Tess Holiday.
You know what I mean? And like, obviously, she's more well known than I am.
Wait, hold on. I gotta make sure I put this on. Sarah said, "Don't fuck with cats too." Bam. Truly, this is "Don't fuck with cats too." ID, TLC, shit. Honestly, at this point, Tubi, hit us up. We have the show for y'all. Could y'all imagine? Yo, FFG would be chain smoking until she ended up at my front door.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and conflate myself beyond that point, right? Like, she's famous, right? But her involvement is so confusing. Well, I think it had to do with body positivity. Well, I guess she's part of body positivity, yeah, but this was more talking about feederism.
No, it actually wasn't. Yes, feudalism was a big topic, But like, it actually wasn't mainly about that. She wanted it to be about that because she's the feederism expert, but no, that's not the case. Jesus. LT, all the footage would have been accidentally leaked. That part. They end up on a Reddit thread magically. Thank you so much. That they end up in my Discord. Man, ID or whoever would shut my Discord down. I'd have in the not safe for work, I'd put it in there.
You know, and she has nothing to do with that part of the conversation, you know? I guess I just honestly thought it would be kind of like I'd be in it about as much airtime as like Tess Holiday got. You know what I mean? Like where I kind of just had like a couple minutes to talk about the feederism part and they like clipped parts from that point in the interview. That's kind of what I thought it was going to be based on the trailer and based on like what I knew. And it was.
Y'all, I read this super chat. Wicked Crafter said, leave it to FFG to one up Ghost Babies with her own ghost cat. When I read that, I said, oh my God. Because I never looked at it like that. Oh my God. I know whoever's watching on playback is probably so confused. Like, why do we keep going from Rosie to FFG, Rosie to FFG? Jesus, it's so true. Jerry, thank you. Charlie, you're giving me ideas. I have an interview at a big public broadcast channel where I live as an editor. Might bring up Girl World. Wish me luck, guys. I'll hear back in a few weeks. First of all, Jerry, I actually know you're telling the truth because I've known your background for a while. So to be clear, I know for a fact Jerry does do this as a living. Jerry, I promise you. Jerry, please. I don't think I could say a bribe right now because maybe that could look bad in the future. But Jerry, make it happen. I beg. Y'all, tag Jerry in chat. Wish Jerry luck. And Jerry, tell them I will put aside the time. I will put aside the time. Let me just pitch the pilot. Let me just pitch the pilot. Please. Oh my God. Back to Rosie.
Less than that. Aside of that, I'm really, really glad that this story is happening in the mainstream and that people are hearing about Stefan and his years of bullshit. And that some of, not even all, but some of his victims were able to share their stories and that it's being talked about on a wider scale. No, Karma, I completely get it. Let me read this. Isn't that what movies / papers or whatever do, though? You see cut scenes and hear about how newspapers cut articles and rewrite the article to fit the space and movies to fit time, my opinion. Absolutely, no. I hear that, Karma, right? Like, and that's what I kind of said in my Instagram stories. In case you didn't see them, I made a few Instagram story posts where I was just kind of like, you know, clearly, like, I'm not, they did whatever they needed to do to, like, keep the story line going and working that part of it and didn't work in the final product, right? Like, and I knew signing on to this that like I had no control, right? Like I have no control, none. Like none of us do in the final result. And like, because a lot of people have been saying like, oh, you know, we filmed for hours and hours and hours, and you saw maybe even like only 10% of it. I would say it was even less for my experience, right?
I want to actually play the Instagram story she's referring to because I actually made sure to upload it just so you guys can get a sense of her mood right after she watched the documentary, because you could tell she was so let down even from the Instagram story. This is the night of the docuseries. Let me show y'all.
I just want to thank everyone who has sent kind messages. I know I spent a lot of time talking about the bullshit, but I appreciate everyone who has sent me kind messages of support or just checking in. I really appreciate it. The doc drops in about an hour and a half.
So this is right before she starts watching the documentary. I'm gonna play it through. You'll get the timeline.
And I think I'm, more than anything, I'm just anxious for everything to come after. But it'll be nice to just finally know. So, we'll see. I hope that everybody tunes in and we all find out together. I'm exhausted. Let's fucking go, I guess. Okay. Okay. I was about to hit start a teleparty because this is how I watch stuff with my boyfriend. But okay, let's go. Well, I just finished watching a docuseries with my boyfriend.
Before we get into her thoughts, I know it took a minute, but I wanted to play the whole Instagram story. Before we get into her initial thoughts, I just want to mention that someone on Twitter actually said Rosie looks like she's eating someone's ass because of her chest fat and how it meets her, her neck or her chins. And I can't unsee it. And I need to make sure I stop what I was doing to tell y'all that so you could see what I'm seeing. Yeah. Because this has to stop. This has to stop. What she's doing with her chest fat needs to stop. And now it looks like she's eating someone's ass. Go ahead, Rosie.
I have a lot of thoughts just about the documentary, stories that were shared. It's kind of crazy seeing, like, Stefan directly say something on camera for the documentary that 100% contradicts something he said to my face last week. That was crazy. I first just want to say, like, I don't want to, like, go too in depth about anything because I want you guys to watch it. I think everyone should watch it and form their own opinions. I wasn't super surprised by how much I was in the documentary because of what I was told. I guess I had hoped they would provide a little more context to some things that just ended up not going with the flow of the story. I'm gonna hold off because there's like a lot of stuff I want to say, but I really appreciate that the stories of these victims were heard. And, someone who was watching all this stuff go down in 2021 and onward, it's just, I'm just glad that this entire story is being talked about on a mainstream front. I hope all of you watch the documentary. I think it was very well made. I do have critiques, especially on how certain things were handled. Again, nothing has to do with me, right? But, like, everything to do with just, like, with, like, the people who have passed and everything. I have some thoughts about that, but I want to hold off. And I also think, like, everyone else involved should have their time to share their thoughts and react and everything. This has just been an insane couple of weeks. And I was so anxious and I was so just overwhelmed by the unknown. Now I'm just sitting here kind of like, why was I freaking out so much? I don't even know. There's so much I want to talk about and say because, like, yeah. But I hope you guys still watch it. It's a really important story that needs to be heard.
So much to say about just that Instagram story. And I said what I said at the top of it so y'all could see, like, the reason I had to watch this twice to, like, really focus on what she was saying. And there was really no purpose to it. No one asked this girl's opinion. It's clear she actually just wanted more time. And I will say this, I think I missed the comment, but it was either Bay or another viewer in chat who said Rosie probably wanted another episode just so that they could focus on her a bit more. Yeah, she is so bitter. You could tell how like sad she is here. And I actually don't believe the sadness is due to the victims telling their story. I think her sadness is due to not being featured more. Crazy.
But I can speak for when I speak for myself here, I'm kind of in the space of kind of like just being confused on like because I think of it as like if I was someone who didn't know me, who didn't know Stefan, who didn't know.
I understand I speak a lot. So obviously Rosie hasn't been technically speaking for almost 2 hours here, but she's been going on for a minute. Why is this such a large topic? All right. She has no connection to Paradise. She's not one of the victims. She's not Stefan. It's not like she's Rita. Why does she spend damn near I think it was around 2 hours in the end, talking about not being featured more in this documentary if she didn't want to be like center herself? If I had to do some type of show and I thought it was going to be longer, I made a big deal out of it to y'all. And then final cut, I'm like 2 minutes. I'll be like, hey, y'all, I wish it was more, but hey, I got my 2 minutes, and just keep it pushing. Granted, this is bigger and serious topics, but I'm just giving you a lighthearted example. I just be like, yo, I just got 2 minutes. It is what it is. Shit, I got to sit down with some housewives or some shit like that. And that's it. I'm not spending all this time explaining this. And then still deny she wasn't trying to center herself. Why are you talking about it for so long? Who gives a fuck if people are laughing? If you really didn't want to center yourself and you're so happy these victims spoke, why are you still talking? Acknowledge it for a few minutes and then get back to your stream.
Any of this, and you were just on HBO Max and you're like, oh, Big Girls Wanted, what's this shit? Click. And then you watch it, and like if you were to even remember me, you would just be like, why was she there? Great question.
Who cares if someone watching that for the first time and doesn't have any idea who she is? Who cares if they don't remember Rosie? There's whole victims there. Like, did we forget that? Rosie, again, I want to repeat, this bitch just tells on herself. She just tells on herself. It's just like, you don't hear what you're saying? She's weird.
Because they didn't answer it. Like, I thought they were going to. I don't know. I don't want to, like... I hope this isn't coming off as complaining.
It's complaining. It's self-centered. It's pathetic. Oh, and I want to correct myself too, because I've been only saying victims this whole stream, and someone in chat just corrected me, and I want to say thank you. Survivors. I'm so sorry, y'all. That's something in my language I got to change. I still need to work on that. Pat Ray, thank you. Survivors. I've been saying victim, victim, victim. Survivors. My bad, y'all. But all that to say, you get what I'm saying. Like, Rosie, she's weird.
That's not what I mean for it to come across as at all, or what I'm trying to do at all. I'm just like, I'm confused. I went through a lot, like, not just the process of filming it. Like, I actually filmed like a full, like, 45-minute, like, debrief video after I got done with the interview.
Maybe I didn't understand that part correctly, but is Rosie saying she filmed herself for 45 minutes talking about her experience in the interview, like as like a personal video, or is that part of production? I'm so confused. When she said this, I said, wait, she filmed herself talking about the interview for 45 minutes after? Like, a personal time? Is she okay? Am I the only one who thought this was really weird? I'm like, wait, what? A debrief. Right, Jordy's right, Jordy's Yo, y'all Jordy names are funny. But that's what it seemed like to me. I'm like, am I tripping or is this nitpicking? Because I'm like, that's what I feel like she just said. That's weird as fuck. That is so weird. Like, yeah, like so Herbo, what I'm picturing is like she just filmed herself talking to maybe like her phone for 45 minutes to like talk about the interview. And I'm not doing that. Like I could understand, I don't know, an Instagram story to close friends being like, hey, I just finished up. On my way back to the hotel. That's it. I could see something like that, but I'm not holding no phone for 45 minutes to debrief 2 hours of conversation where she was, had snot rockets and shit like going on. Like, no.
I rewatched that recently. I think I was actually on video call with you, babe.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy watching that back and like where I was at mentally and everything. And then
Stewie said, do you think she messaged soft white underbelly? You know what's so crazy? I could see Rosie in a soft white underbelly. Like behind the black and white, I could see her in one of those edits as you say that. For y'all who don't know, the soft white, well, it's not like funny, the topics they talk about, but if you understood what soft white underbelly did and you can picture Rosie being interviewed, I swear to God, if I ever see that bitch on soft white underbelly for any reason, I'm a tweet. Oh my God. Back to this.
I don't know. You're good, Karma. I'm just gonna like go for it. I was just being annoyed and upset at my dishes situation because your girl has been struggling a little bit with the depressy vibes. It's fine. We've been through much worse. We'll live. It's not a big deal. It's just I've been chipping away at some stuff, but there's been some shit I've been neglecting.
I'm not saying this to be petty. I'm not saying this to be a bitch. I genuinely mean this. I've only seen Rosie's house in a state of trash. She did that one stream where she was like cleaning the side of the fridge and the stove. She did like this cleaning stream, but literally when she says shit like this, I'm like, bitch, your house is always dirty. I have never seen her house clean. And I've been watching Rosie for over a year. I've genuinely never seen her house clean. And it almost pains me to say this. I've seen Chantel have cleaner days. They don't stay clean, but cleaner days, even when she lived in the villa, than I have with Rosie. And I'm not being dramatic. Remember, Chantel's cleaning it only lasted, a few hours, a day or two, but it's still more than Rosie. Her house has always been in a state of disgusting, filthy, trash. That's crazy. It's crazy.
So this is one of those things. So now I think for me, a big thing I want to do is sit down and kind of really think about these like next upcoming months. Like what I want for myself, all of that.
What things do you have in mind?
What things do I have in mind in regards to what?
Like you said, you wanted to talk about things you want to focus on for the next few months.
Just like I want to really like sit down and I have some content ideas that I've kind of just like not been moving forward on.
Rosie has content ideas. Rosie has nothing but time. Rosie literally has nothing but time. Now, I just want to forewarn y'all, the next thing she says, I literally just rolled my eyes. because she brings up Texas content again. Why is there still content left from Texas? We are going to be in 2027. Actually, we're still going to be watching Texas content come next Valentine's Day. I think their anniversary, what was it, January 18th? I know it's sad that I even know it was in January. I can't remember the exact date, but we're going to get Texas content on the day of their anniversary. I hope you guys know that. This Texas content will not go away. Like, season finale, please. Like, stop. We're done. Oh my God, I'm so tired of the Texas content.
I kind of want to try those out. I want to take a little time to go through some more of the Texas footage to make the members only videos now that, oh, honestly, my life has settled down in one way, but it's about to probably actually get crazier. But.
Well, we all know she's not talking about a job. So let me guess, she got another business opportunity? Because she's not talking about a job. So whatever it is, hopefully we find out what it is. Because she hinted at this, I want to say it was last week when she said, oh, if you believe in prayer or anything like that, and you wanted good for me, I guess she's waiting on an answer for something. So we'll see.
Either way. But now that the old insanity's, kind of not around, I wanna put some energy into that. I think I've gone through like some of the worst things that have ever happened to me in life, like completely alone.
How did we get here? Genuinely, how did we get to this part of the conversation? Now we're about to go. It was about the documentary, and now we're going into how she has had to face a lot of this trauma alone with no one. And I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying like, oh, maybe she didn't have support when she went through something. I don't know everything about Rosie's life. I'm just so confused how we got here. Like, why did this turn so dark? Girl, you got a 90-second feature. It didn't work. Like, let's go back to cooking or something. Why are we here? This is a lot. This is a lot. And I'm listening to this. I'm like, how does she not see it? But the kitchen floor feels like a beach. Listen, boardwalk. Oh, I know they're going to have to redo those floors, even if they want an offer on that house. Do y'all understand? Only because I've seen family go through it. What you got to go through to sell a home. The damage Rosie has done if they ever want to sell. Oh my God. I know her parents. Man, just sell it for $1. Didn't G-Man get Rev's house for like $2? Just sell it for $1. HL, I honestly need an opinion. Should I leave your drunk mom on the floor or help her into bed? HL, I don't know if you're being serious. Get your mom off the floor. I think you're joking. Hey, HL's mom. Hold on. Miss T, oh my God, shut up, Big Roz. Yes, agreed. Let's get back into Rosie.
And this most recent stuff was not even close to that kind of shit, right? But it was difficult. And like really, really difficult at certain points. And I just want to say, like, I'm so fucking grateful I didn't have to go through this alone. It's not even necessarily like the docu-series part. It was the dogpiling, the epic amount of just atrociousness that I dealt with the past 2 weeks. Yeah. Was diabolical. And
oh wait, sorry. Y'all, I need y'all to understand too, I'm high. Sorry. Please don't listen to my advice. My bad, HO. Yeah. EMS. I'm so sorry. Y'all can't approach me with serious stuff while I'm high. Please, I just hope everything's okay. I thought you was trolling. I wasn't sure. My bad. I hope everything's okay, boo.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that it's normal or that it's okay or that like just because people don't like me that any of that was fucking okay. And I'm not letting them gaslight me. So it's just insane. Ultimately, I feel
It's actually insane she's still going. That's what's insane. It's insane.
like this was a really interesting like learning experience, like everything to do with the docuseries, like leading up to it and being and how just everything went. It was very eye-opening, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, it's an experience that not everyone goes through, you know? It's definitely different. It's pretty cool that you got to be a part of it.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't think it's things to talk about, but my mind's drawing a blank.
I still don't get why Remy's talking. Like he's trying to like uplift her and all these things, and I don't even understand how in this moment she don't see how this is actually a joke, what she's doing. Her boyfriend is speaking to her through Discord while her live stream is going, trying to uplift her spirits, and then now he's struggling to come up with a topic to talk about. I'm not doing this for nobody. Absolutely not. And he in college. Sir, go live your life. That's the truth. Remy, you got your whole life ahead of you. Go live your life, please. Even if it's for a year or two, he might waste with Rosie. It's still time wasted. Sir, go live your life. And there's a lot of criticism that could go towards Remy. I'm not saying there isn't, but it's just like 25. Go live your life, please. Jeez. Divine, thank you, boo. Thank you. Let's go on a quick break. I adore you. Thank you for 3 months, boo. Let's go on a quick break, second bonding break of the stream. And then I'll try my best when I get back to actually catch up for real. It's going to happen this time, y'all. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Where did the... You know, this is why you don't stream and be high, because the way I couldn't find this clip. All right, I'll be back for real.
You ain't got enough of this fever, I know, I know. Nothing would remain and you don't wanna go, so go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end. Don't you know what happens to dreams you don't follow? They crumble. You know I can't stand what you're getting so hollow. So go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end.
sometimes I want to speed it up so that Sam comes out the closet a lot faster because I'd be impatient. I'll be sitting there looking, waiting, or is it BBJ? I forgot, but let me get to this. And then I actually have a clip to play. I thank you for this comment. These comments in chat actually helped me remember that I had, let me see if I have it here. There's a clip that one of my mods sent me from 2024. And y'all, I'm gonna have to play this clip like a couple of times for you really to take it in. But before I play the clip, and I'll show you the comments that got me there. But Orchard, I wanted to make sure I got this off top. Hey, Charlie, mom says, happy belated birthday. Sorry she missed it. Also, keep being you. Love you the way you, oh, thank you, the way you are, and a little something for the girls' trip. Thank you. It's next month. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Thank you, Boo. Thank you. And I'm actually happy you mentioned the trip because it is next month. You'll know when I'm missing for a week. But I only get a girls' trip once a year. We have to plan it out in advance. And I won't be streaming or doing any content that week. For anyone who hasn't been following me, when I'm gone on vacation, I'm gone. Obviously, I'll try to check into Discord here and there, but I'm just gone for the week. I'm enjoying my time. So I'm not going to announce it just because, I don't know. I always found it weird when people announce when they're exactly leaving. But if you notice me gone for a week or so, it's just know I'm on the trip. But these are the comments during break that had me remember a clip to show you. And thank you again, Orchard. Sorry if I didn't say that. Sarah Gummy said when Chantel was a mobile skinny. And Rosie's price that she paid says, look at skinty Chantel. But seeing that war on Rosie, look at this clip from October of 2024. And I'm going to have to play it for y'all a couple of times. Listen to this.
Oh, yeah, dude, I've lost 108 pounds. What have you lost? Just saying.
Now, I want you to look at this clip one more time and pay attention to Rosie, her face, her visible neck. And then we're going to go back to the Rosie we see today. She had that smug ass attitude. She had lost 108 pounds. That was in 2024. She found it all again, sadly. Let's look at this clip one more time. And then we're going to go right back into Rosie present day.
Oh, yeah, dude, I've lost 108 pounds. What have you lost? Just saying.
Now we're going to go back into the stream from just the other day. Take it away, Bill.
I'm just chilling.
Oof. And I get it. It's side profile versus facing front, but still. Just, okay.
But, yeah, I know what you mean. Because that's the thing. Is like, I feel like we have all these really interesting conversations. And sometimes I think to myself, like, man, we should, like, write this down and, like, talk about this shit while we're live. And then I come on here and I'm like, what's my name? Who am I? I guess what I did not expect was that I would leave the documentary feeling like I didn't understand why I was there. Because I guess I just didn't anticipate that.
I want to pause it again and just remind everyone she's still going. She's still going. She wasn't trying to center herself. This wasn't about her. No connection to paradise. But she's still going.
Because I just do not understand the decision to use me for the promotion, to put me in the trailer, when that was what was shown. I don't understand. I do kind of have this like feeling now of like, well, now what?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of know now what, but that's stuff I can't really.
I'm so confused. Did she expect to get like a spin-off? Or did she expect like, I don't know, like modeling contracts after? I don't understand. What was her expectation from being in this feature? Because for her to say, now what, bitch, go back to whatever you've been doing. I'm so confused. Did she expect a different life after this documentary dropped? You flew out to Vegas a couple of years ago. Now the documentary's out. What do you mean now what? What did you think was going to change after this? Something is wrong with her. Honestly, something's wrong with her.
But still, even that is still like developing and a huge unknown. Hey, members, I have a question. I have an idea, and I'm coming up with this idea on the spot. I'm considering, basically, when I'm done with this part and I'm done cooking this down, I'm considering switching over to a public live for a little bit, where like I finish cooking the ground turkey and everything. I just want your guys' thoughts on that, because I haven't really done that yet. Like, start out with a members only live and then move over to a public one. Someone suggested that, I think like 2 weeks ago, or like the last time I did a live here, and I was just like, no, but I want to go for it, girl. I think a lot of us are just hanging out with you anyways. Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking about possibly moving over. Like, I wanted to at least be live for an hour, like, at least, before I moved over. Yeah, fine with y'all, cool. As long as, like, I just want to make sure, like, because you guys are my paying members, so a lot of people love to give me their opinion about my members' content who don't pay for it. But, like, I actually give a fuck about what you guys think. Like, if you're here to, like, support me and hang out with me and vibe, you know, like.
Rosie, who hasn't actually really delivered on much of any members' promises, who played members out of content, who literally. Rosie cares about her members? She really thought she ate with that. Actually, no. She's actually shitty to her members. The way she talks to them is crazy. That's why I was just like, girl, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I grab this. Chronicles of Chris. For research purposes, Rosie was down 108 pounds from her highest weight in 2017. In 2023 to 2024, she only lost 56 pounds and gained more back. Clock that shit. See, I thought she meant in the last year she had lost 108. And by the way, y'all, for Chris to say this, I know it's true because Chris used to be cool with Rosie. Oh shit. Thank you for that. The way she said that. Actually, I want to play this alongside the clip so y'all can really get the whole picture. 1 second.
Oh yeah, dude, I've lost 108 pounds. What have you lost? Just saying.
Adding that bit of context just makes the clip that much funnier. Thank you, Chris, for helping highlight that. Thank you. Thank you for that information. Rosie, I know the stream about to be done. Hold on, let me finish this edit.
I just want to make sure that at least the consensus is it's chill. Cool. Oh, Karma, I'll get hate if I breathe. I know. Thank you, though. What were you saying, Sweetie?
Oh, I was saying, it's kind of a fun game. There's not really an end to it. It's just kind of mindless.
Oh, cool. And I've got mods too. Who was it that said that? Karma, I think it was. Yeah, no, I'm fully prepared. I kind of just want to get it over with. To be honest with you. Yeah, let's move this party over to public. Why not?
And just so we're clear for anyone who didn't watch Rosie's member stream in Discord, one of the main reasons she moved to public is because literally no one really watches her members and no one really chats. I think when I was editing this down, even almost half an hour in, there was only 2 comments in her members chat. And it wasn't that it was frozen, it's just she doesn't have many members left, and the ones she have left don't participate in chat. Like, that's why she moved to public. At least she's not sitting there talking to herself. I'm so sad. But fuck that bitch. I want to make sure, this is what I want to do. I want to play a specific clip that I saw in Michelle McDaniel's video, her most recent one. And I wanted to play that clip. And then I want to get caught up with the support. And then I want to actually close out with a reminder of the voiceover for the little bit of time she had in the documentary. But let's get to this clip from Michelle. Now, the reason I included this is because I have never, even though I don't follow them closely, I've never seen this clip of something Stefan said. Listen to this.
Says that he's only getting flack because of the way that he looks. As in, if he had a darker complexion and a more buff body, people wouldn't be all that mad at him.
I was a young black guy, built, muscular, gym bro, whatever. Everybody would be lining up for the D.
Same, Michelle. Same. That was the same look on my face. Like, what did you just say? Stefan said that. When I heard that, I said, let me run this back. What the fuck did he just say? Yeah. Oh, I don't. I don't. And I'm not saying Rosie saw this clip or anything like that, but it's just layers to it. It's just layers to it. It's just like, the fuck did you just say? That is weird. Let me try to get caught up on some of the support, and then we'll close out. But I don't. Wait, sorry. Vince said the reason she was in the trailer was to be used for her visual shock factor. Oh my God. Why did you drag her like that? Damn. And Vince, is it wrong? Like, there is a shock factor to Rosie's presence, but Jesus. I read it as it came in and I was just like, what the? Ow. That hurt my feelings. It wasn't about me. Ouch. Lala, thank you for 1 month. Just logged on, been waiting for this community. Oh, for this commentary. Sorry. Looking like a goddess queen. I appreciate you. Also, guess who found out the price you pay? Big Raws, that part. That part. I know y'all still reacting in chat too to Vince's comment, but I'm just like, shit. Bella, thank you for the gifted membership, Spoo. Thank you to new members. Enjoy. And please remember you have access to the Discord. Hey, sis, it's Chris. Thank you for 15 months, boo. So performative. She talks like she's in, yes, she's in an audition at all times. That, Chris, exactly. It's so weird. And she refuses to see it. It's everybody else. It's girl world. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. And that's the one thing I feel like currently this community as a whole kind of agrees on is Rosie sucks. And she is similar to Amberlynn and Chantel. It don't matter what your background is, what we agree on. If there's one thing this community for the most part agrees on is Rosie sucks. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Just Jamie, thank you. Those producers basically pulled an Eric Cook and said, no one cares that Rosie, get over yourself. You're not that interesting and it wasn't about you. That part. Thank you. I appreciate you, boo. Stacy the Witch, thank you for 6 months. Looking beautiful, queen. I appreciate you. Actually, I might be almost caught up. Miss T, I lied. I'm not nowhere near caught up. Anyways, ID clocked her lies and BS and was like, oh, hell no. I actually don't think. I just think they couldn't work her in. She talked too much. And I actually, let me finish this. She told the whole grooming into a feudalism by cyber stalker. Meanwhile, Doc is about these victims in paradise. That's the thing. So I agree with most of that. Let me rephrase that now. I think she did talk too much, and they were like, we don't know what to do with this. They probably thought out of 2 hours, they probably actually planned for maybe a 4-minute segment. But even after all of that, they couldn't fit it in. That's what's sad. Rosie once again talked her way out of something. Well, oh, actually, this is the first time she's actually talked her way into something. Well, either way, y'all get my point. Rosie's Rosie's tummy time. I told her to sue ID to release the whole interview like Tyra is suing Netflix. Tyra is a clown for that. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I used to be a big fan, but come on. For those who don't know, Tyra is launched a lawsuit against Netflix for that documentary that they recently released, which I think was well done. But it's just like, Tyra, girl, cut it out. You did a lot of damage. I'm actually old enough now to know that. Not Jeb Bush, thank you for 18 months. Hey, Go Cluster, back from my afternoon of errands and ready to roast this pick me. Oh, we've been at it for a minute. Y'all know I'm behind. And thank you for 18 months, boo. I'm actually almost there. I know that's right. Just Jamie, what do you think Remy gets out of this relationship exactly? What is the angle here? One of the comments that, and I think it was Dessa who said this, and I never got to speak on it. An aspect to Remy that Dessa actually had to remind me of is that he has this savior complex. And that's something maybe we don't discuss like that. Like we discuss like, what he may physically like in a partner and stuff like that. But he does seem to have a savior complex. And not saying there's nothing to criticize when other things to criticize, but it's just like, I think that's one of the things that's going to hurt him the most when it comes to this. Because I don't think breakups with Rosie go well with someone who she was actually exclusive with. And I've never actually seen her go through a breakup. So this is genuinely just my opinion. I don't believe breakups with Rosie go well. I don't think so. Queenly, thank you. I'm late, but my husband lasts more than that. I know that's right. You better drag that bitch. Drag that bitch. And shout out hubby. I know that's right. I know we're gonna multiply that by a lot, but I know what Queen is saying. Period, Queen. I know that's right. Kalari, happy birthday to all fellow Geminis. I turned 49 on Tuesday, writing a girl world based fiction novel called Forum. Many have inspired characters. Oh, well, if it goes out there, shit, maybe I'll grab it. I don't know. That sounds actually cool because we're a hot mess. Yeah, we are. But either way, let me see that. Oh, actually, I forgot. And Kalari, happy early birthday. The fuck? I completely forgot to say that. Happy early birthday, Kalari. My bad. That's literally the first thing you said. Happy early birthday, boo. Jeez, that went over my head. Brandon is in your garbage. They asked Rosie yes or no questions, and she gave them the entire podcast interview over again. So true. Ma'am, just answer the question we asked. Thank you. This is so accurate to probably what happened for real. You know what I could imagine? Listen to this, because now Brandon put it in my head. So hear me out. You know how she talked about, I guess, an event that she's never talked about in therapy or whatever. They probably asked, like, hey, have you heard anything? Seeing that you know about Zio, have you heard anything about the allegations in the Paradise House? And I bet you that's how it started. And then somehow they ended up with her being cyber stalked and web raped and all these things. And I'm not kidding by saying that. I could actually, because now that Brandon said it, I could actually see that's how this ended up being over 2 hours and her sharing things she never shared with a therapist, because I still don't get that. Just Jamie, thank you. Chantel can stand for, oh shit, Chantel can stand for more than 90 seconds. That is true. That is horrible, by the way. 90 seconds. She ain't never gonna, oh my God. We need to come up with funny troll ass nicknames for Rosie that have 90 in it. We're gonna keep that 90 going. Thank you, just Jamie. I appreciate you and the mods. You stay backhanding the big meaty big smirk off of Rosie's face every time. Love you. Thank you, Boo. You know what's so funny? And I just want to say too, thank you for 3 months. You know what's so funny? One of the things, and I want to be clear, I've never been someone to say, oh, these girls can't drag me back. It's just don't sound stupid because I'm a, drag you. But the way Rosie will never say my name, and I don't mean it in a way like, oh, I want her attention. It's just like, you be bringing up this person, that person. Bitch, I know. I know you don't like me. Talk shit. I don't give a fuck. She will talk about Tiny. She will talk about every shit. Sometimes she brings up Cam, and I'll be like, bitch, why are you still saying that man's name? Like, don't say his name at this point. Shit. She will say Cam's name before saying mine. I'm just like, Rosie, I don't know, talk shit back, bitch. So funny. Oh my God, 90 seconds too long on the pacifier. You know what? 90 seconds of frame. Not, oh my God. Wait, hold on. Let me get this. Funkle, I ain't gonna hold you. Fucked up. When I tell you that second edible hit a long time ago, I don't know if y'all noticed. Oh, 90 seconds to Mars bars. I like that. But when I tell you that other edible hit, and I was just like, fuck. Oh well. At least I don't say nothing crazy when I'm high. So, guys, before I close out, I want to make sure I play the clip for y'all again. The one where we hear the words that Rosie spoke throughout this big documentary that she centered herself around. But let me see. Where is it? Let's not forget, this is what she looked like during her interview. I actually like that green color on her, but she still ain't shit. And let's listen to the words.
There's levels of extremism. Feeders can write out like their own little role plays and desires. Being fed to the last breath, getting to 1,000 pounds. For some, it is a desire to get them in bed so they never get out. Death feederism is the concept of feeding someone to the point that they die. She disappeared for a few months. People within plus-size communities were like, is she alive? Is she dead? Is she alive? Is she dead? She went into a coma, and when she came out of it, she started trying to document more of her health journey. She's been in rehab to regain her mobility. In the beginning, she was sharing her journey, day after day after day, once or twice a day. But then she started going live on TikTok and mukbanging, basically from DoorDash in the hospital bed.
And that was the complete feature, at least a voiceover version, so ID doesn't claim my damn stream again. But y'all, that was it. I'm gonna call it a night. Tomorrow night, I'll be streaming our messy shows in Discord. If nothing too crazy happens, Tuesday I'll come back and finish out some of the clips from the public stream, from Rosie's public stream, the one where they asked Remy questions. Alien Holly was being transphobic, and Rosie was cooking up some more slop. But either way, I'll see y'all later, y'all. If you enjoyed anything about the stream, please consider liking it, leave a comment, algorithm things. Y'all know what it is. But I'll see y'all in Discord, on Twitter, and in the next stream. Later, guys.
Plan for 2025, survive. I've never in my life been told I kind of look like a young Johnny Depp. I think it's messy, that's for sure, but it's like, ugh, hate being an adult. I'm gonna need to eat dinner soon. Ridiculous. Because I am who I am, God forbid I have an opinion. So, right now, I am the drama. I'm part of the drama.